All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's weird. The best part about summertime, like I said, is when you look outside, you see it's still light, and it's getting kind of relatively like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it's still light. So, hey, it is what it is. But just want to say hi to everybody out there. Hope everybody had a great day. Um, we was straight up on time with no delay, right to it. Got a couple things that we want to talk about today. Of course, I got one of the four horsemen with me on here. You got Jordan, Mr. Asian boy right here. Then we got one of our guests, Big J, who is just congratulations to the new. Well, I want to say new father because he's been taking care of some kids for a while now, man. Shout out to him, man. Congratulations on his baby, beautiful baby girl that happens to be. This is my fourth God kid. It's incredible. I know he's excited, man. It ain't nothing like when you have your kid, man. It can put stuff in perspective when you become a father. I know everybody talk about mamas, yeah, but it puts stuff in perspective when you become a father, man. It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't describe it, So I'm gonna let Jordan do his thing as an introduction. I don't know. Jay right now is in the middle. I know the baby's sleeping. I know he got his wife laying in the bed, but happy to know that wife, baby, both doing good. So we thank God for that. But I'm gonna let Jordan do his thing. Only way he know how. So
you already know it's that light-skinned player from the Himalayas, Don Magic Wine. Your boy Jordan Asian boy. This is episode 22 of season 22. Okay,
22.
We're coming right at that. Full effect, man. Full effect.
Man, 22, man. This has been a really good year. We're coming up like last countdowns, probably about the last 4 or 5 episodes of season 2, man. Has been awesome. Thanks to every single one of y'all out there. That's continue to share, continue to grow, continue to view, continue to follow, continue to support. We want to thank y'all so much. Jay, I don't know if you want to say something or anything else of that nature. You can just shake your head no if you don't want to say nothing and you think people know you enough right now. That boy, baby, that boy is fascinated with his baby girl. We're gonna leave it like that. He's fascinated with that baby girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Of course, now, man, now everybody tuning in. So, of course, same old things, y'all. Don't change. Go ahead, share, get the video out there as we start our topics. Want to talk about a couple of different little short tidbit things right quick that came up real fast. I had to add it in for the day because it came up so fast. I know I told y'all we still keep, I be trying to keep up with a lot of the topics that be going on. But most of the time, man, I'll be out and about trying to, man, get myself cleansed of all this negative stuff. But Viacom, let's start there. Viacom, looks like today, or actually yesterday. If it said it today, then it happened a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. But Nick Cannon was fired, and I believe Wildin' Out has also been canceled as well.
Yes, indeed.
It looks like at this time frame for comments made that they felt was anti-Semitic. I wanted to look at the video before I made my choice because I didn't see the video. I saw what he said. I don't know if you want to touch base a little bit on it, Jay, before we even get into it. I know a lot of it, I guess my first opinion of it is that Nick Cannon has always been a very political person. So I'm not surprised at what was said. Mm-hmm. I mean, he got let go from America's Got Talent for his comments that he had before. So it's not surprising that he got let go. I mean, well, it's not surprising that what he said in regards to it. Not do everything he said that I agree with. That all, it's rare that it's everything somebody say that I agree with. But I don't know, what's your thoughts on it, right quick, because I know right now that's a trending topic. It's actually trending number 2
So
right now on Twitter. So
I haven't seen the actual video of what he said just as yet. I've seen the comments about what he said, and one of the things that were at the forefront from what I saw was him saying that white people were savages, throughout history. And again, there's probably more to it than that. But that portion of what he said, people want to say that's anti-Semitic. It's the truth. And I don't think truth should be looked down upon. Again, I don't know what he said to his entirety, but when I look at that specific portion, which has been blasted across all these media outlets, I'm like, the man wasn't wrong for what he said. He spoke not his truth, but history's truth. That is factual. You can't say nothing about facts. Facts are facts. He didn't state nothing. So at that point, I was rocking with him. I couldn't say anything wrong about that. And then again, like you said, also,
it's
Nick Cannon. I mean, he never been afraid to speak his opinion, man. And I love people like that. Like, hey, this how I'm feeling. This what I'm rocking with, and that's that. He deal with all the consequences.
And I respect that about him. Like you said, people always say that Nick Cannon come off as corny, and in some of his jokes a little bit, but make no qualms about this man. This man is not no fool
at all.
He ain't no fool about what he say. He ain't no fool about his money. One comment that I like, and I need to verify that that's what he actually said. Talk about the firing. He said, well, they can't fire a boss. And I don't know so much, I understand the cliche what he said about that, but bosses get fired too. I've seen it. But but I think what he think he meant by it, I don't think he's afraid of losing, job or anything else like that, as long as he can keep his integrity intact. And that's what I respect about Nick Cannon. Always respected that about him.
And also, again, when I think of Nick Cannon, I think of somebody who has always promoted ownership. And first of all, I didn't know until he was actually speaking on it. Nick Cannon is tied in with a number of businesses across the line. Ones he owns or ones that he deals with. And he is no joke. Again, people kind of clown on him for corny, but the man's a success. Like, I don't know where he came from, but he been doing it a long time also.
Yeah, Jay, what's going on, man? I see you over there, Jay. Like you said, I just, it's just facts in regards to Nick. And like I said, he's one of those guys that I see do more doing than talking. So that's why I got more respect for Nick Cannon. He one of the guys I see to actually do it and not be afraid to do it, and people be clown. I don't see him focused and tripping on what other people think. He just do what he know he want to do, and I respect that in that point. Now, I agree with everything that you said too, Jordan, man. It's crazy that in this time frame, this is why I tell people that people can't be picky and choosy about what people are standing up for. This is just that craziness, man, where people are like, all right, you can have free speech, but I don't want you to have it because I don't like what you say. Then something wrong with that. That's a double standard. I don't have to like what no one say. But if it's free speech we talking about, he allowed to have it. He could think any way he want to think. Say what he want to say. Anybody. You ain't got to like everything somebody say. And Jay, I agree with you. He will be set for life. From what I'm understanding about Nick Cannon, I think he's been kind of well off his life too. His parents was really, he's just set up. He's an intelligent brother. People's making fun of him with Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is filthy rich, but I guarantee at the end of life he'll still have more money than Mariah Carey with her frivolous behind. But he I just, because I just respect him. He always kept it, I just see everything he did. I see that he kept it real. The only thing I felt like he was way off on was Eminem, but I thought he was out. He should have never got into that battle realm with him anyway. I'm like, talk about money and being like that, but don't go to the rap realm. But that's it. Like I saw the one you put on Facebook. You put on Facebook, let's play all of Nick Cannon's hits. I'm like, which one? Gigolo? What happened after that? Because that's all I know. All I know is Gigolo, dog.
That's not even a hit.
I don't know nothing else, man. What else? Would you say he had another song? I never heard it, so I don't know, bro.
I like the fact that he came in with the whole Eminem thing again, because that's what showing his confidence. He's not the rapper, but he hopped in the ring anyway. And I love people when they exude confidence, man. It's just, I don't know, the energy's different to me.
Yeah, because it's like, it's like a difference between somebody. I don't like this. You got people that have a direct confidence and people that have a blind confidence. And I like the fact that he got a direct confidence. So anybody, they can say he corny all he want to, but this brother intelligent, and you can tell he not for sale. He don't care what nobody say about him. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. I'm like I said, I'm just happy. I'm happy for him. I agree with everything that he was saying to that point. A lot of people don't like truth, and it ain't about liking it. It's factual information, just factual information. So that's pretty much bottom line to that point. Jay, I know you good. I don't know if you got any comment down there about that Nick Cannon situation.
I actually just was watching a video right before, so I'm not fully educated on what was said, but the little bit that I did hear was factual stuff. Like, he didn't say nothing hateful. And I'm sitting here trying to read what was said. It's just people don't like what's said. People don't like truth.
Yep.
So, yeah, I feel like tripping, but it's time for us to get our own networks, and this is just a step closer to that.
Did you guys see?
And you know what's funny? That's crazy. That's crazy.
What are you gonna say, Randy?
You good, Jay? You go ahead, Jordan. You go. No. That's all I had to say. I said that's crazy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, as far as Diddy putting out there, come to revolt. Talking about bringing Wildin' out to revolt. If he can get complete ownership of it, bring it to revolt. Diddy was like, this we black owned over here. Come this way. I was like, I like that, man. For sure.
But just like what just like what Jay just said, it's got to get. It's like finally when we gonna get to that point where anybody look, man, we entertaining the world anyway. We sponsoring the world. We done built this country. It's been built on the backs of Africa. Blacks. So it's time for us to get. I know a lot of people say every time we get something, they tear it down, but it's interesting. And I don't want to overtalk this point. I'll bring it up during when we get into more detailed conversation. But I want to, let's hang on to that convo because I want to come back to that. Okay. Now I want to get to this dumb motherfucker who had the audacity to say something about my ex-wife, and I couldn't believe this motherfucker actually got on the internet and thought he was gonna get support for this. Kyle, I don't even know how to pronounce your last name. Kuro, I don't know. First of all, I did my research on you, bruh. He gonna say NFL star. He was in the NFL on the practice squad for like a year, maybe. He got a Northwestern. He played for the Seattle Dragons. The Seattle Dragons. He's in the XFL. He's trying to get back there. This idiot. First of all, I want to say this to everybody out there that's looking. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you're gay. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think you got too many brothers that's in the closet right now who try to talk about gorgeous women, and they really just crying out to just want to say, hey, man, I'm gay. I want to be gay. And just be gay, man. But don't say nothing stupid like, y'all actually think Jill Scott is fine? People are actually attracted to Jill Scott? I'm like, what? I'm like, is this, like, where the fuck is this motherfucker come from? What factory did he come out of? Because we need to destroy it. So it can never be anyone no more like him made. I'm like, and then this is the part I'm gonna get. I'm gonna let y'all comment too on this. Jill Scott, the gorgeous, beautiful woman that she is, could have went in on him. What she did, she's like, oh, I'm trending. Oh, justice for Breonna Taylor, and just started going down the list of individuals she wanted to have justice for. She didn't even address him. This punk First of all, you went to Northwestern. That's one of the best schools in the country. How the fuck did this dumb fucker get into Northwestern? Who the fuck did your mama have to pay off to get you in Northwestern? Because you pretty fucking stupid to ever say that. Jill Scott attractive? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the heck? So this dude, I mean, and he thought he was gonna go viral. This is the only thing I could think.
He did.
I'm like, because he could not. And he went, and like you said, he went viral. But then,
not the way he
just what happens when keeping it real goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When keeping it real goes wrong, you go in there, you do it now. You want to say, I want to apologize to the queen. Man, you old coon butterscotch motherfucker. You ain't apologizing because you didn't that you sorry. You apologizing because you getting all that bad attention with it. I hate when people do that. Man, stand on it. If you don't like it, if people don't like you, then okay. But you punked out. You did a what's my man name? You did a Chance the Rapper. Every time Chance the Rapper get on Twitter and say something negative, and he get backlash, I call him the Amtrak because he always backing up. He always backing up. Chance the Rapper. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, man, what's that 3 you got on there? Like 3 strikes and I'm backing up. That's what you do all the time. So Kyle, Quavo, wherever, bro, you need to stay on this. First of all, you're about to get cut from the Dragons. I don't understand. How can the bench warmer talk junk? I don't understand it. That's like the water boy talking about, man, why you dating her? Why you dating her? He ain't even in the tax bracket. You ain't in Jill Scott tax bracket, bro. Get out of here, man. Don't be making fun of talking about my ex-wife. And then you want to apologize to her like, yeah, queen, I agree with you. It's too late. You can't put the pussy in your mouth now. You should have thought about that when you had a chance. You better stop being blind. Maybe you and Chance will hook up. Y'all wear the same size pants anyway.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I want to see what his version is of an attractive woman. Does he have he even posted anything? Like, what is Joe's definition? Because Jill, ain't nothing wrong with Jill. Come on now.
Oh, I tell you what his version of an attractive woman is. Real skinny and got a dick and a pair of balls. That's his version of an attractive woman. He's gay. I'm telling you, that's the rationale. He's gay. It's no other rationale. That's like us sitting here talking about, man, what's wrong with Halle Berry? Oh, dang, man. Why this way? I'm like, what? Like, what? Man, that's like saying Megan Thee Stallion need to eat a steak. What? Bro, we looking at the same woman? Man, he owns some other stuff, man. I don't understand what he was clowning about. He could have kept that, bro. But I am interested to see what he think is attractive. I'm really interested. Even guys into a more voluptuous woman like Jill Scott think Jill Scott is attractive. So my thing is like, I mean, it's just weird. When I saw it, because my junk got flooded with that. They're like, man, they talking about your wife, bro. I'm like, I ain't no way in the world, bro. He must have been drunk. I think he was high. He must have been drunk or something.
You was the first person I thought about when I saw that.
Yeah.
I know he on
it. I'm like, who the fuck? Anyway, now did y'all get a chance to look at Hakeem Littleton, a little bit more about Hakeem Littleton?
I still didn't.
No, I didn't.
When you search Google, it doesn't just pop up, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like for last week, you got so many people. It was starting to still talk. Now it's going. You realize that when it's not the news people wanted to hear, it started going down and down and down and down and less talked about because now the cops are not vilified in it. So my whole thing is now that the cops not vilified in it, y'all don't think it's important to address the fact that we need to stop being so reactionary to things and try to get all the information before we start sharing it all about. That's like, because like many people said, the first thing I heard was, oh, some guy got shot up 15, 20 times.
Yep.
I like 15, 20 times. I'm like, we're on the west side, and I was working over there. That's why I was like, I 15 to 20 times. Oh, he didn't have a gun or nothing. I saw it. I'm like, where's the video? That's how you know it was lying to me at first. No video. Show me the video, man. That's all I'm saying. Then when we get some real video that actually show what happened, we show just the 180-degree opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, man. I'm like, dang. I don't know. I'm sorry. One of y'all said something.
Yeah, even after seeing the video, people were still saying, "Oh, they did too much." Like, as a regular person, don't take uniform off. A dude pointing a gun at my head. You think I'm not gonna try to take him out? If I'm with my brothers and we all care, you think we not gonna, like, what you expecting to happen? Like,
yep.
So yeah, it was too much too soon. Y'all didn't organize the whole protest before even having the whole story. Like, that was ridiculous.
I think
Man.
What is it? And this is why stuff kind of gets a little washed out a lot of times, is when people can't use their discernment correctly and properly apply it to the situation. Everybody's running off the strength of the BLM movement that's going on right now, and with that they just kind of, okay, fuck the facts, we're rolling with what we actually want to hear, what makes our ears sound happy, and messing up with them kind of situations. Surely.
Yep. This is crazy, man. Like I said, with that, anybody who haven't seen it, it's just like what you were saying, Jay, is like people saw it and still think that it was over the top. I'm like, okay, first of all, I want y'all to, people ain't understanding this. They wasn't even there for this dude. They didn't even show that they had several other people they had arrested on the ground already. They was making a buzz not even related to that.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, first of all, I thought the police showed a little bit more restraint than I would have shown, because this guy was digging in his pocket. He was digging in that left pocket for a minute. I'm like, they gonna tell him to hold on for a second? And then, bam, soon as it happened, he pulled it out. And I know that cop, I'm gonna be honest, man, he probably gonna need a lot of counseling, because this man came this close to being taken out of here. It's nowhere in the world. That's nothing but God. I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna be honest, because that kid is just a horrible shot. I put it more to like, man, God was just with you that day, bro, because 4 shots, point blank range, and he missed all 4. Man, I don't know about that one, man. And then grateful for that other cop who got them shots off on him, man. Because if he wasn't, we might be talking about other people being killed that shouldn't have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
People give me that crap talking about, man, it's a kid that pulled out a gun and he wasn't even being talked to. He wasn't being asked a question. So I don't know. He must have felt like, I'm about to go out in a blaze of glory. You're 20 years old. That's the story of your life. 20 and dead, man. Young people, man. 20 is not old. You ain't even lived. So that's just crazy, man.
For real.
You ain't even lived. 20 is not old. And looking at
go ahead.
What is this? Anybody else got anything on that before I get to this next one?
No, I was switching to another little story that happened here in Michigan too.
What's up, though?
The white woman, I believe it was Auburn Hill, she pulled the gun out on the black mama.
Yeah.
Now, when I was actually watching that video, I'm kind of seeing again from what I've seen and the details that I've heard of it. The white woman had bumped into, the daughter of the black woman, and when confronted, she apologized. But that apology wasn't enough, or the black, mama didn't think it was sincere enough. So at that point, they're taking it into their own hands to, take it even further. So now they're coming at her. And honestly, I think because she's white, people are, taking their they taking the side of the black woman because again, the BLM movement, all of that going on. But if you do that kind of thing in the hood, like I apologize to you already, and you trying to keep coming at me, you're gonna get the same damn result. Like you're gonna get the strap up on you. Like, yo, man, my man, as I said, I'm sorry. What the hell else you want? Get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they kept pressing the situation. So I think that lady probably gonna do some time or something gonna happen to her. But when I really looked at the situation, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think she's too wrong. And that's been an unpopular opinion for me, as I've been told.
As a gun owner, unless you are in immediate danger, there's no way you should pull it. If you pull it, you better use it. So I disagree. I understand she didn't feel her back was against you. Got out the car to pull your gun. So yeah, I'm not. The black lady was wrong. Yes, the daughter was wrong, but they took it to the next extreme. So I don't have no remorse for her because if it was me, guess what? I'd be locked up, and she probably gonna somehow beat charges, honestly, because of
I was gonna say that too. I think that she gonna probably. I think I see both of y'all sides because I'm with it to this point. This is why I don't like that rule that says if I'm threatened. If you don't have a standard for what you consider a threat,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it can be judged because everybody is different. That's why I'm on them people that say, and if you're really scary, you shouldn't even have a gun. I don't think that'd be a good thing for you because a gun is not a problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
And in most cases, guns make the situation 10 times worse. It makes everybody heightened. And like you said, Jay, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, gun owner to gun owner. If you do not use it, don't pull it. But in this lady case, I think what made it worse is that her husband pulled it too. So you got two people that jumped out of the car with pistols pulled out on two unarmed women. So I think that's what make it worse. I think that what's going to end up happening is that she at least probably going to get maybe if she probation, 2 years probation. She's going to get her gun license taken away from her. Of course, she going to get that felony maybe, because it's on tape that she did pull the gun out. But because that's beyond. I was going to say maybe they could, if she had a really, really good lawyer and they could really manipulate the system, but she's white. I mean, it can happen. Brandishing a firearm. She could probably get brandishing a firearm, which is a misdemeanor. She'll get probation and, she'll have her gun taken away from her and the license, but, she'll get that. I think that's a little bit more fair, but like, I agree with you say, Jay, if it's me, they throwing a book at me. They'll throw the book at me if they ain't got nobody to prove that I pulled out a gun. They'll arrest you if you ain't got 80 people said he didn't have a gun, but one person, it's so crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the black lady totally and completely antagonized the situation. And if she hadn't been in the hood, like you said, Jordan, we might have been talking about a woman dead right now.
Yep.
Because you're not going to get in nobody's face. You're not going to hit the side of their car. I think she has the help, like you said, of the BLM right now on her tail because let me tell you something. Jay, if we out, let's say all three of us out in the car. I'm a CPL holder. I don't know, Jordan, if you're a CPL holder, Jared, you're a CPL holder, and we in the car. Some guy tripping. Just keep mouthing off like, look, bro, hey, man, just go about your business, man. We out of here. We get in the car. We rolling. All of a sudden, we hear something on the back like, you know what I'm saying? My reaction, you try your best. You'll hope and say, man, we'll just keep driving off. And I've been in enough situations where I'm like, man, just drive off because the dude hit in the back of the car, he's trying to get a reaction. But, you hope that you're going to be in that place. You know what I'm saying? You hope you're going to be in that place. But if somebody hit in the back, now, if he break my window, yeah, I'm probably getting out the car on him. I mean, I'm just being honest, but I totally agree. I agree with both y'all, man. That's so weird, man. I can't even like take a strong side because I see both of y'all points because it's just a rule of thumb. Don't pull it unless you're gonna use it because one story better than one. In her situation, they was recording it, so if she had a shot her, now she up for murder. So it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I think they need to have better definition of threat because everybody ain't the same. Because we done been in neighborhoods and we done lived in a neighborhood where we hear gunshots, right? We'll sit there on the couch and go back to sleep outside like oh, that was a gun. Man, that was a gunshot. Don't worry, it wasn't nothing. But somebody else might hear them gunshots. What? Bah, 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 bah. Go, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like it's a threat. So it's crazy. I just think they need to totally revamp the gun laws because it seemed like being a CPL holder, it's almost entrapment when you have a gun. It just seemed like entrapment.
Both of them, though. I mean, being a CPL holder, I think is better, but open carry, I feel like that's asking for jail time, like for real. Because there's too many rules and regulations to go up against that, man. And it seems like no matter the situation, you'll always be in violation of one of those rules that's set up when you open carrying. So I don't know. And then
if you're a CPL holder, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy because I remember my brother, he had a situation where this guy had to be looking and like staring at his dick to try to see if he had a gun on him. They're like, hey man, you gotta, I got a CPL, but I can see it. It ain't concealed. It's like, come on. It's so many factors that go into play with that crap, man. It depends on the attitude of the cop in that case, because I just seen it. If they don't need a burner, if you got a dirty cop, he need a burner. I'm just being honest. I mean, I've seen it. He want to do that. He want to be an a-hole. Or you got, like you said, you got guys out here now just open carrying. I'm like, bro, I hope you ain't got nothing in that gun right now. I'm like,
can't be
like it's just crazy. You can't be like, bro, what's the point? Just get your CPL license. But like you said, it's so much entrapment to what you could do and everything else, man. It's crazy.
I think you were saying it needs to be stipulations against feeling a threat. Again,
it's like better,
tough,
better.
It's tough because
and see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, how can you say it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
don't
know how they're gonna do it.
I'd rather leave it up to figure it out when you're in court. I know that sucks, but honestly, there's so many situations where you got some crazy, people out there, and somebody may make a quick move. These dudes will reach for a gun in 15 seconds and try to blow your head off. And it's like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's just too much, man. The stipulations would be tough. So when they say feel threatened, I think, we'll figure it out in court, man. Get you a good lawyer, hopefully.
Yep. And like you said, just, like you said, just even with that, like, man, like you said, it is so much with that, man. That's why it just really should be. What happened, I think, was really happening in America now, and we about to pay the cost for this. It's the infatuation that Americans have with guns and violence. I'm telling you, it's an infatuation that we do got with violence. And is every gun owner, man? I'm in gun contests. I'm winning first place every freaking year I go to gun contests. And I've been utilizing weapons and being taught how to use the weapons properly for years, man, by my father. The problem is people get guns because it makes them feel braver. And people don't want to admit that. A lot of people get their gun because now, I feel like this. And that's not what the gun is for. It's strictly defense. It's not for if you're scared to fight a motherfucker. That's not what this is for. This is for a life-threatening situation. And what happened is that all these guys out here getting guns, whether they're white, black, orange, purple, they scared of ass whoopings now. They don't want to do any, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, look, I'm tired of this happening and everything else. But the gun, like I said, the gun is not the problem solver. The problem solver has always been in the thinking of the individual who has the gun. It's period. You got to use your smarts. You got to be intelligent about it. The last thing you should want to do is pull your gun, because like Jared said, if you pulling it, it's getting used. I know that's that way for me. I'm not pulling it unless it's getting used. It's like, man, this bad boy is a vampire. It don't go back in the cat. They don't go back in until it gets some blood. So I'm not gonna pull it just for I'm not gonna pull it for entertainment. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with some of these young guys. Yep. It's just crazy, but like if it's a fair, it's coming for blood, and that's the problem. Like now, it's like so many situations. Like I don't know if y'all remember about a guy. I don't know if it's in Michigan, but guy had broken his house. The guy runs out of the house. The homeowner chases him down the street, jumps in front of him. The guy says, because witnesses around all saw it, said, man, what you gonna do? Shoot me? Guy pulled out his gun, blew his head out right there in the middle of the street. Of course, he's in jail. Because why? The threat was over. The guy was running out your house. Now you was just upset because you didn't got robbed so many times. You ain't don't tell him what he had to deal with. But like you say, Jay, it's just I don't even know how we really gonna get it together with guns on the real talk. Because as long as everybody can get them and they can point and they want to point them out at people, we about to turn it to the Wild Wild West again. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's going right back to the Wild Wild West where they used to solve arguments by shooting people. Or like if somebody disrespected you, you can smack them with a glove. Like I demand satisfaction, bop, and then we can have a duel and shoot each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, really? Like, man, I stepped on your shoe. I demand satisfaction, man. You know how much these J's cost?
Hey, Rand.
And you go shoot over it?
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago, it was I believe a councilman, up and coming councilman in Highland Park, had a situation at his house where somebody was breaking into his car. He came out shooting.
Yep.
So
did he get time for that?
I believe of course he lost his position, but yeah, he got time too.
Wow.
That's what I say, man. You better do something else. I ain't trying to tell people what to do with their time, but I'll tell you one thing: if somebody breaking your house, you better lay them out. Lay them out right there in the front. You better lay them out right there in the front room. Because in the good words from some good men I know, one story is better than two.
Yo.
I'm just saying. We do not condone violence here in Unfiltered. We absolutely don't. We believe that you should use your words, and we are not for unlawful gun use. Okay, Black Power movement. And I want to get into some heavy conversation tonight. We got some couple of good topics for y'all. Again, go ahead and share and send out. First topic I kind of want to talk about. Let's start here with the of course, we've heard talk. Well, I've heard talk. We're just staying with CNN and Fox News and staying with the political. That's the one thing I always be watching. They said that if possible, the next round of stimulus checks, which I do believe that's going to happen, they said they think it's going to be around just under 1,200. Now, my question that we have today, and just for all of y'all out there, is the stimulus right now. Did you think that the stimulus checks that were sent out, did it stimulate the economy? Do you feel like it was a further hindrance? Do you think people were actually able to go ahead and use it for what they needed to use it for? Or do you think people need to stop counting other people's pockets, which I don't believe what we're talking about is counting other people's pockets. Is trying to get people out of my pockets. But what do y'all think? So, right now with the stimulus or further hindrance, did the stimulus stimulate the economy? I don't know which one of y'all want to go first on that, but y'all have the floor, my friends.
I'll take.
I personally.
Go ahead, Jared.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of go off the topic just a little bit. The stimulus stimulated the weed, man, and the liquor stores. Number one, that's what it stimulated. Not most. We on lockdown. What can you spend your money on? That's the first thing. But I also think it's a bigger plan. I ain't really gonna go too much into this. Really, segment, Jordan. They gave that money away because they're trying to crash the dollar. I really believe they're trying to get rid of the dollar. So if you're gonna give away free money, that's the best way to do it. But I don't feel like it stimulated anything. What can you stimulate with a closed economy? We couldn't go nowhere. Couldn't go to the movies. Couldn't go to restaurants. But yeah, that's my. I'm short and sweet. That's it for me.
I mean, I saw the money being spent on social media. It went back into the economy. And that's what they wanted. They put it out there. Smart people, took care of, important responsibilities, and then others, did what they would. But I think, just free money at any point, it's not really free, because in the next coming years, it's gonna be coming back to, smack a lot of people in the face. But it does what it's supposed to. People are gonna go spend, and that's what a lot of people did, and that does go back into the economy in some kind of way. So it did stimulate.
Again, I think it's a situation where I kind of agree with both of y'all. In the ideal world, and what I've realized, in living, is that everybody ain't me. So when the stimulus check came, and I was almost, first of all, when it went by when I saw how much they said you had to make to get it, I thought for the life of me I wasn't going to get it, because I knew what I closed out last year with. So I'm like, I'm not going to get it. And when I end up getting it, it automatically just went to like, man, okay, put it away. Just put it away. Just see what it is like that. And like I said, you've seen a lot of people. I think right now the dollar, what you just, and me and Jordan talk about this all the time, that the dollar has lost so much value. It's almost now where you better off putting a president face on a piece of toilet tissue, because it's just where it's coming to. And I'm Jay. I'm glad you brought up that point, and I hope a couple of people out here watching just hear us out on that. The U.S. dollar used to be the most powerful currency in the world economy. Over the years, we've gotten in so much debt, and Jordan has said this so many times, and I always laugh because it's funny, because you got a country that is so much talking about get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, and no one in the world touches the United States debt. No one does. We're so indebted to China, which a lot of people gonna get mad at me on this one, is what Trump was trying to work on. And I ain't saying I'm a Trump supporter, but that's one thing he was trying to work. He's like, man, we got to get rid of this debt with China. That's why he was wanted to go crazy on them, man. Tax them 12. We've been getting screwed by China for years, and I absolutely agree with him with that. But what happens, like you said, it's like they devaluing the dollar, and once we start putting the tariffs on there and the taxes on there, then that's how you get the dollar back up, because it's not being handed out like, okay, yeah, well, let's keep making money. We want to keep making money. We got another debt. Keep making more money. That's like us having the more valuable something is when it's in less, in less demand. Like if you can't have it, if it's in less supply. So when you see that, I think you was right, Jordan, that it stimulated the economy, because you did see, y'all saw people go on vacations and do things I ain't never, not, like I was watching you, but I just, I was happy for something. I'm like, you got to do something you never, could do it. That's cool beans. Do it. Do what you got to do. But my thing is that you have to come back to this reality, and some of that money that could have helped you stand forth and do other things that should have been done. I'm always been the person, it's going to be need in front of the want, because if I do what I need, I'm going to always get what I want. That's how I feel. If I do what I need first, I'm always get what I want. It's going to be there. Yeah. But like you said, I seen people spend the money like crazy. I mean, my fear is that for a lot of people is that they just didn't do everything they should have did with the money. I know people are big on entertainment, but that's my fear, especially for my people. like, man, you should have took care of that money just a little bit better because,
especially the
man, y'all
unemployment.
don't understand what's coming down the pipe. That's my thing. You don't understand what's coming down the pipe. You should have paid up. See me, I made a pay. I'm just somebody that's like I'm paying stuff to zero, or even the negative. So I got like an overabundance. Like the water bill, I would have paid that. Oh man, that's it. Pay that all the way to the end. I'm like, dang, just take it out of there. So now I'm stacking. Now it's all stacked. It ain't going to bills. That's how I would think. But I mean, to each his own. Not count nobody pockets. I just won't. I just feel like even with this new one coming out, I would tell people, man, if this another one comes out, they save it, put it forth to something else, because that means we're going to go through the first part of last year. It's going to be now add like what 3 to 4 more months on that, and I don't think some people gonna make it. I really don't. I hope to God I'm wrong, but I don't think some people gonna make it financially.
No, I mean that's true. I told you already, man. I had on Facebook. I shared a post that was just speaking on. Somebody had made a post that like, you guys didn't do anything with that money. I spoke about this last episode, and I mean it's complete truth. If you get a windfall, the whole point of a windfall that you didn't expect. I'm not gonna tell you to be. It's good to have discipline, but you don't got to be the super disciplined and not spend $1 of it.
Yep.
But all right, go ahead and spend 400, put the 800 up. You know what I'm saying, and put it towards something.
Yep.
But when people are just totally undisciplined and they just put it on whatever, it's like, all right, well, I remember in high school and school period, they used to say, we'll see where people are in 10 years. And that's it. Mm-hmm. Make your own decisions, of course. It is your money. Do what you do. Let's see where you're at in 10. Let's see where you're at in the next 10. Let's see where you're at in the next 10. That's it.
Yep. That's some real talk right there. That's some real talk, ladies and gentlemen. You see Daddy over there holding his baby. That's all right. He went away for a second. Mm-hmm. Let's get to this other topic. And since we still stand on the finance, what I think is really about to happen, Jay, and I'm hoping, like I said, I love when we talk finance. Well, me and you like that. We like talking finances. Mm-hmm. I'll make a prediction to you, bro, and I'm going to see what you think about this. You're about to see a crash of at least 5 major banking systems before the end of the year. You're going to see 5 major. I'm talking about the big boys. It is going to be Wells Fargo. I think people are going to start seeing it happen big time, because now they fully never recovered from 2008. They never fully recovered from 2008. But man, that's why I got the topic. This next session is called "Big Bank Take Little Bank." I call it. Are we looking at the financial ruin of the American? Not only we could get into the world too, because I think it's affecting the world with all of this. So the world banking system, is it the big financial crisis that's going to really put a hamper on them and change up some regulations? Or are we looking at one of the biggest financial breakthroughs for the middle class?
Okay. So personally, the middle class to me is really poor. It's just a nice way of calling it. The middle class, I mean, everybody's just above, you really just above broke. And for you to separate yourself, it's going to take a lot of not doing vacation, not doing out to dinner, not doing no cars, not doing no, you really got to sit your ass down for some years for you to actually really be, middle class. So I personally don't think most people don't have enough money to cover, $1,200, something happening to their car that, cost $1,200. So I don't think the middle class thing is really going to happen. These banks, like you said, it's coming, man. It's coming. The fall is coming. I just want to see what Trump is going to do. I believe he's going to win the next election, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I just want to see what his move is going to be when that does happen. Is he going to bail him out? And I'm just saying, man, as crazy as that man is, he may be like, F him. Like, oh.
Yep. He might do actually what George Bush wanted to do.
Yeah. And I don't know if that happens, now it's really the wild, wild west in this bad boy. Okay, please,
man.
Get
God forbid. I don't think people really realize how bad that was. I really don't, man. You hitting some good points, Jay. I don't think people realize in 2008. Was that, yeah, we were at 2008. I don't think people really realize how much we was on the cusp of seeing what we kind of sort of seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people realize that. And it's not getting no better. I think they're just trying to pander people off. I don't think they're going to have a vaccine this year. I don't think it. I wouldn't trust it. I think that's too fast. That means y'all pushing it and y'all pushing it. It ain't. I don't think it's. It ain't thorough enough. And I think that with these banking systems, I mean, you got to think about it, man. It's just everything that's going on. Mass unemployment. People not going back to work because they're making more they ever made in their whole entire life now on unemployment than they was working a 9 to 5.
And that's
you got people
that I'm waiting to see, Randy. With this new, it's not just a stimulus package, but with the whole new Heroes Act Part 2 that they're about to do, I really don't think that they can do the unemployment again, because if they I don't think it'll happen. With all these people that say bump work, people tell them to come back, they say, oh, no, I'm good, buddy. If you do that again for another 6 months, they talking about till January, the Democrats are saying, come on, man, it ain't happening. I don't think so.
And that's unrealistic. Man. It's unrealistic, man.
What you think?
What did you say, Jerry?
When I go, I'm already at work. I ain't know. Give me my hazard pay. Can I get that? You laughing?
No. For real. I agree.
You know what's funny about the hazard pay is that we were getting it too, and they were quick to say, "Oh yeah, we about to stop that," because they knew financially they couldn't do it, but they didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But just like what you said. Now we got to to January. You think you gonna pump another 600? First of all, the reason why people were waiting so long for their benefits had nothing to do with breakdowns in the system. They were delaying because they didn't want to pay. Let's just stop it. I want to tell people there is no breakdown in the system. Anytime they tell y'all that nonsense, we got a cause over flooding, they didn't want to pay you. They was like, look, we could delay it enough that hopefully they get back to work and it'll be all over with. That's all they wanted to do. And I'm like, man, I saw people who legitimately needed it and wasn't getting it, finally not getting it, but now it's only going to last until the next 2 weeks?
And then
this month?
Like you said, Randy, and that's what I already knew, man. But you think, again, if you say 900 was that minimum, that 600 plus the max was 390 something or 340 something that people could get from regular unemployment. I'll call it $900. 6 weeks, that's over $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Per person? To have to pay that out? Come on, man. Yep. I don't know. First of all, people haven't been paid still. People still haven't received that first stimulus check. So it's about to get real nasty real soon. Real nasty.
All in the plan.
Yep. There you go. What's the key word? All in this, magical plan. Like this is what we about to do. And like you said, it's just going forth. But I'm really interested. You brought up a good point about Trump, and I'm sitting here. I was trying not to laugh so much about it, but this dude is nutsy. This dude is not going to bail out banks. It ain't happening. I hate to tell all of y'all out there, if this man gets reelected and these banks go under like they gonna do, there won't be anybody in his cabinet that can tell him this will be a financial disaster if this happens. He's going to say, forget that, because guess what? The Democrats going to try to back it. Because the good Democrats know it was him. Personally, it was the Democrats that saved in 2008. They like, man, let's push it in there. They just happened to be in agreement. They wanted the money to go to other little places because they knew, like, man, we can't let this happen. You got to save GM. You got to save this. Bush wanted to be like, man, it's a free market system. You screwed up, you bombed, you on your own.
Yep.
Shout out to George W. And, you know, I know a lot of people like, I can't believe you said that. He's a Republican. But he's a businessman first who says, look, when you get into business, there's risk and there's reward. I mean, you took the risk. It didn't work out for you. The only reason he did it is because of the treasure. If y'all ain't get a chance to watch that video of 2008, and it was all on HBO. I forgot the name of it, man. It's an outstanding video. Go back and watch it.
I know.
But, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Outstanding, man. And I just really think, man, Trump is not going to bail out no damn bank.
I don't.
You can see how hard he was on everybody else. Trump, say what you want to say about him, but when it came to the money, he was not playing no games with it. He like, look, man, I'm taxing them. Man, you're going to kill us over here. They got scared. Oh, we want independence from China. We don't want China to take all our jobs. When he tried to do that, you motherfuckers started crying, belly aching. We ain't getting this. What you trying to do? Kill us? Like, what? That's why I say, man, to make everybody happy is to make nobody happy, because you can't satisfy everybody, bro.
Exactly.
And I see one. Hey, that's an email question. Okay, I'll get to that later. I want to get into this topic because I can't count. I don't know. Y'all probably had it too. Sometimes you get so many girls. I have a lot of women that I see. I went to school with, and I'm talking about really a lot more to college, not high school. Even though I got shout out to everybody. Osborne, love y'all, man. I mean, some of y'all didn't, you know, I don't know all of y'all. But I mean, just, you know, facts be truth be what it is. But I'm talking about the ones I seen go to college, get, you know, highly, you know, get the grades, all the other good stuff. And then just, you know, dating and being in the college atmosphere, being around young women, then getting out of college and getting a professional career and being with ladies. I've seen this so much, and I hear the same thing from a lot of girls, a lot of beautiful women, very smart, intelligent women who all kind of say the same thing. They seem to be jealous of what seem like what may not technically be women that's not on their level on a financial or something else aspect. Because I tell them you can't always judge a book by its cover. Mm-hmm. But one thing I can judge is, and we talked about it later on earlier in the show, when you got women, I'm telling you, this kind of, I don't want to say thought culture or rat culture, it's money. I'm just being honest. It's big money out here now. And it's getting promoted so much, especially in music, that it can make some of the most, I'll give y'all a good example. If y'all remember Beyonce, let's start with Beyonce. But if the topic of this one is rat culture 101, what makes educated, well-off men and women flock to whole culture and even envy those who actually live it? And what I noticed a lot, and I've seen it like progressively happen. I remember the sweet, nice Beyonce, Destiny's Child, I'm a Survivor, all this little good stuff, the good girl image, or no, forget Beyonce, Rihanna. Rihanna came out on a whole good girl image. That was her whole thing, the good girl image, real sweet. And then you're like, we know what? We gotta change that. We gotta get a little bit more. We gotta get a little bit more freak. We gotta get a little bit more hoe in that. But the image was so powerful that I think it's even been transcended now.
Yep.
You got Cardi came out. Cardi took it to a big level.
Huge level.
And then Meg came and killed it. And people can say what they want to say about Megan Thee Stallion, but she got motherfuckers with master degrees, they never taking twerk classes, trying to do everything possible to be like, look, I just want to be just like, I got to do this. And it's like crazy. I've seen them in a lot of, like I said, I've seen it. And is there anything wrong with taking a twerk class? No, baby, twerk away. Do your thing. Do whatever you got to do. But what my thing is now you're starting to see this ongoing like infatuation with women. It's like now that culture is being put on a pedestal. Like this is where you need to be. It's like a pedestal now for it. And that's what got me kind of like, whoa, man. I never let my daughter listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, real, like my daughter can't listen to that. I don't want ever to think that that's the pinnacle. That's just entertainment. But some of these chicks is really keeping it. I mean, they really thinking this is it. Let me do it. And I'm like I was saying, you got it well off, educated, black, white, Chaldean. I've seen every.
Yeah.
Whew, it's everywhere. And even with the guys. And I remember before it was a big thing. Guys had the image of, I want to be out here, let's thug out atmosphere. Before big time in the 90s, like 90s and the 80s, it was more that gangster rap junk. But now, these motherfuckers is cool with being like coke heads and drug heads now. Now it's like it's cool to be a drug head. Like, man, I was gone off of that. I'm like, I'm like, man, for real? I mean, we was in the 90s, we was selling dope. Not in the 2000s, motherfuckers was using shit. They had it. But it's crazy, man. I'm just curious, man. What y'all think about that, man? Putting that out there right now, man.
I've always said the same thing. Sex sells. Sex will always be popular culture. And, with how social media and stuff is, it's just going to, keep getting more and more popular. And more women with social media, because now you get to see everybody and see how, successful women are looking, doing the thought culture. So they like, well, why not? You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to do and they're not judged. Let me hop on the same boat. And a lot of them are, and they running with it. And I don't know, man. It ain't stopping no time soon. It's gonna keep going, and it's just gonna get bigger and bigger. Like the fact that all of these regular girls, like regular everyday girls, are doing OnlyFans. Now. Like you're not even afraid to be getting smashed and bust on your face. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to see. It's about that money. Like these women are like, I'm getting to that paper though, and that's just it. And I gotten to the point where I kind of, stop reacting to it as much. Because it don't matter what you say, it's going where it's going. I know me and my girl, we talk about it all the time. A lot of these girls are going to get their body done now. Everybody, all right, I'm gonna go, get my ass done, get my titties done. And I was talking to her, I'm like, man, that's nothing but insecurity, to be honest. I'm like, all you're doing is watching what everyone else is doing, and you're going to do the same. She's like, no, if they're not happy with their body, they can do what they want. I'm like, most definitely, but it's insecurity because you're trying to be what everyone else is attempting to be now. That's insecure. Your body is perfect the way it is, but no, I need it bigger. I need it bigger. I need it bigger. I need my waist smaller. And I'm just like, that's tough, man, because all of these people that you see, again, through social media and TV, it looks nice. But on the backside, these people hurting. just like anybody else. So, no,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna pretty much say the same thing. That whole culture comes from hurt. It's really a coping mechanism for a lot of people. Like even, I mean, I ain't saying I was a hoe at one point in time in life, but it came from being hurt. I refuse to be hurt again, so I'm gonna just be a hoe. And then
But it's the truth. It's the truth, man.
let's keep it real, right? And as far as like it being trending, it's like that's what we made accept. I'm not saying us, but that's what the black community has made acceptable. Like, damn, look at her. Like, I want that. Niggas go cheat on their whole housewife to go get you a chick that looks like Meg, risk it off for a chick that look like Meg.
it ain't just black no more though.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just black.
Yep.
So you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole, in my opinion, the whole degrading females to make them feel like that's acceptable and this is the standard. I feel like it started in our community. So now you got some doctors that, hey, I'm about to go, like you said, I'm about to go to work. I'm about to go shake my ass, because that's what we made acceptable. Like half the time you can't even get a classy woman. Dudes don't know how to approach a classy woman or court a classy woman for the most part. Some of us do, but for the most part,
You made.
you get a 20-year-old. They don't know how to handle that, so they go for what the standard, which is hoe right now.
I was gonna say they don't have to though. You saying they don't know how. You can literally DM a chick, yo, I'm trying to smash. What? I'm trying to smash.
You ain't got to DM them. They DMing you.
Yeah.
So
Yep. It's like you said, it's funny that you said that because I think that, we put it in, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of that, like you said, when we come with this whole culture, I think that I got an interesting perspective on it. It's like, our women, especially a lot of black women, man, and shout out to my sisters, man. Sometimes y'all get a lot of credit because they want to say just because y'all beautiful and y'all sexy. But man, anybody that's ever been around a black woman know that beauty and sexiness, they don't even account for 10% of everything that y'all come with. Because y'all incredible. Y'all some incredible women. And when you got a good one that, is working on herself and she, understands some things and everything, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have her. She add that to your life. But what I noticed a lot is that a lot of black women, especially those who it's not a lot of, I don't want to say a positive reinforcement around them. And like you said, this can happen in any culture. But, since we black, I'm just saying what it is. When they get to a point where you see, it's like that. I think I said that before on here. It's like the apple tree. And you got all these beat up apples. They at the bottom of the tree, or they even just fell on the ground and they all around and everything. So you see these guys come around, all they gonna do, for the most part, certain type of guys, all they gonna do is just hurry up and gather up all the bruised, beat up apples. They ain't gotta get no effort to get, don't take no effort to get them. They already on the ground, they beat up. Here you go, fill up your basket of them and you go about your business. But the beautiful prime apples at the top of the tree, it's almost like they feel neglected because all they see is the ones at the bottom that's beat up and bruised getting all the attention.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell a woman, like, look, forget them guys that don't want to put no effort and work into you. And you want to wait for that guy that's smart enough and wants you enough that's going to climb that tree and go through everything they got to do to go up there and get you. But a lot of women don't want to hear that right now. All they know is what they've been, they went through. And it sucked. It really do suck for a lot of women because, like you said, a lot of brothers, they didn't put it that way. I mean, you go after the hoes, because whatever reason you think they pretty, they got a nice, they got a fat ass, fat tits, good mouth, good sex, or however reason that you do it. But like you were saying, Jared, like, we got too many brothers that gave the go ahead to, you need to get this. And then they complain about it when they get it. And that's the part that get me. Because, like, I've been I ain't gonna never lie. You know, I done been after and got after that. Like, man, I'm getting that. She bad. I'm about to mess with that. I know deep down she ain't jack shit. But I want to suck on them titties. I want to touch on that ass. I want to see what that mouth do. And you do all that stuff, and then all of a sudden you go through hell. You're like, oh man, I gotta find a way to get the fuck out of that with her. And
don't get her knocked out.
I think that with a lot of the situation now, it's just like you said, when you start to see it, like you see something like you see women, okay, man, they going out here, oh man, I could be like her, I could get this attention like she got this attention. Of course you'll change your mind. Maturity will change your mind, but the big changing of your mind come out. I'm speaking to two guys on here that got daughters. And when you get a daughter and you got a little girl now, and you realizing, man, I don't want my little girl to think this. I'm like, no. So now I've always not overindulged, but I always let my daughter know. I've always put her up on, look, man, you don't need to take nothing from no guy. If he think a gift, if holding the door or anything else like that, they owe you something, you need not take it. You can return it because daddy get you that. So I'm just letting you know to go out here and be responsible on your own. But like y'all both were saying, it's just a culture now that got so much wind to it that I don't think it's really going nowhere till you see another shift in it. And I just don't really see no shift in it because now you got parents getting younger and younger. They want to hang out with their kids. They ain't looking to raise them. And it's just, it just is what it is. I mean, you got more people. I mean, this ain't no dogging out. I'm not dogging out Meg. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dogging out Meg or any of these women that's doing it. Hey, make your money. Do what you got to do. Like you said, Jordan, sex sells. It's always going to sell. It's been a constant seller since the beginning of time. It's always going to be that way. But I think that's more up to other people showing their kids and, raising their daughters and sons on some other stuff instead of trying to hang out with them and be cool with them.
Yeah.
So, it all depends, At the end of the day, you can only give your kids so much. It's going to be their choice what they're going to do. But with a lot of these other younger, like you said, I get out here and I've been, previously before I wasn't, in a relationship and you date, you try to have a conversation with a girl, that's non-existent. I ain't trying to be funny. It's non-existent. It's like she's void of talking. She don't know what it is. When I'm trying to find out something different in her, she just talking about this. Oh, yeah, yum, 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 yum. She sound like Charlie Brown mama. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Like, what you doing? Like, yeah, I don't really know. I ask her something simple. Yeah, I'm like,
no, what's going on, girl?
Nothing. And it's like, for me, that's one of my big. I remember we had an episode about it, talk about the things that you need to have in the couple episode. And that's huge for me. Intellectual is huge for me. Because sex will be, and like you said, love sex, but
it'll die out.
It'll be like, oh, like, man, do you talk about anything else? Like, because what happened if I get a girl that got sex and brains and intellectual and STEM? Like, man, I'm out of there. It ain't gonna be no front and no games with you. Like, hey, it's been nice knowing you. You should probably go back to the block. Let the hood have you. But other than that, it's just crazy, man. But I agree with both of y'all on that, man. I know that was kind of long on that one, but yeah, I just when I see it, like you say, Jordan, that's like I kind of stop talking about it. So when my friends come to me talking about it, especially the ladies, I kind of get tired sometimes of telling them the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I got love for y'all, but man, you keep doing the same things over and over again. You're not even attracted to this guy. This guy got this, got that. What they say, the two favorite lines I hear women say when they don't want to is, he's too short. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He ain't 6 feet. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What this got to do with anything about him being a good man? So his height. If he's short, he can't take care of you. He can't satisfy you. He can't do none of those things to you. But it boggles my mind. I had one woman literally tell me, I ain't gonna say her name because you gonna get mad. I see Jared. You're gonna get ready to come back probably laid out. But Jay, man, I done seen. I sat there and listened to her the whole time. I'm like, what about this guy? Oh man, you know what? he had the looks. I'm like, okay, he had a good job and stuff like that. He looked a little young. I'm like, I mean, I really don't care that much about that, but I mean, that's your thing. But then she's like, he's kind of short. He had dreads. I don't like dreads. I like none of those things tell me that he's a good guy. To me, all you talking about is wrapping paper to me, because everything else you talking about don't make entirely no sense to me whatsoever. And I sat there and I told her, and we had a frank conversation, and I know she was mad at me, and we ain't talked in the last about couple of days, but I told her, I said, man, you are going to be alone for the rest of your life with that damn list. You're going to settle and you're going to get the same guys you've been getting. I'm like, you've been, you know what I'm saying? I told her, like, you've been divorced a couple of times. How has that list worked for you? Everything you said you wanted on that list, you got married, you got the guy, you got divorced, got married, got divorced, got married, got divorced. The list don't work. Yep. How about you give a good guy a chance? Stop having these stupid, you know what I'm saying, prerequisites to trying to date you, and have some concrete stuff like, oh, he got integrity. Oh, he actually take care of his kids. Oh, he responsible. Instead of he ain't 6 feet. I'm like, girl, get out of here.
I mean, exactly what you're saying. I think people have to go through. I think it's a process that people have to go through. Like I've been telling my girl, like, all right, especially Instagram, I've been staying off of it because it's just so pretentious to me. Everybody, that's Facebook. I think on Facebook, people do their thing, but I like people have conversations. They talk about different stuff. I like Facebook a little more. Instagram is just you trying to make it seem like you got money, like you're living the life, like everything is perfect to the fullest. And I don't know, I get so annoyed with it. I'm like, all right, I gotta kind of stay off of there, but I think that's just what the world is right now. How good can you decorate your box? Nothing inside of it.
That's a good one.
But try to make the box look, the best from the outside. And, that's where it's at. But again, man, I tell you, when I was dating, I found out a lot of people are hurting. Like I would ask them, I'm like, do you think you're a happy person? Be a little, and it's no. You look at their Instagram, it's a whole different thing, though.
Their story, yep.
Surface area is so nice, but deep down, we're losing that a lot.
Absolutely, that's a good one. I wrote that quote down that you just said. Let me see here, so I will write that down. But that was a good one, and I know. Yeah, Nay, if you see me, Nay, yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable. Don't go by that, man. I call it a Charlie horse. I'm trying to work it out. That's why you see me going back and forth. So don't talk about it. But and this last one, man, I know this is a hard topic, and when I put it in there, I know it was hard. What made me put this topic in, and it's probably one of those ones that we may have to revisit too, because I wanted to get a lot of female perspective on there. Is in regards to rape and molestation that goes on in families. And I know this is a hard one and a touchy subject, because what happened is that I was on my Facebook, just like what you said, conversations, and every now and then people drop some things. And I know people say Facebook is not a counselor, and it's not, but sometimes some things I think needed to be said. And I mean, they said it, and I was like, I'm kind of glad they said it. And she just made mention of it. She said, it's a lot of men that were in her family that they never, ever will ever feel comfortable around, because all they did was look at her and her siblings sexually. And I was like, man. And you sit back, it's like nothing new, because I've heard it before. I've heard of females that I've known and been around, and where uncle, cousin, or something of that nature, even sometimes might have been a father, maybe molested them or something like that. And even the boys, I mean, we can't count that out, but it's just really been like, wow, that really happened to you, and it blow your mind, because sometimes it explains a lot of stuff that, you know, kind of how they react to things in real life. Like I remember it was a young, you know, a lady that I went to school with, man. I mean, she's not here anymore, you know, but she, I mean, she was really, at first I thought, you know, she was really fast. You know what I'm saying? I was in 9th grade, you know what I mean? She's really fast. And I remember being fast when we was in middle school. And, you know what I'm saying? She would switch and she had this body. She already was kind of developed like in middle school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, she like developed in middle school. And as soon as she got to high school, it was like a total, it went from what she did there, from switching and doing that, just to a total hit. You know, everybody was saying everything about, oh man, she do this, she's doing that, and all this other stuff. And then when you start finding out with your own eyes, because guys was recording it, that's when video phones was just coming out and things of that nature, and guys were recording, giving the hand and stuff like this. I remember a whole bunch of guys, they brought a videotape. He's like, man, look at this. I'm like, what the frick? I mean, I see 8 guys in a room and they all taking turns with her. So I'm like, I left out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what the fuck is this, y'all? I'm like, she don't even look comfortable, dog. She don't even look like she want to be there. She just used you because she like you. And then you told her to do it, and you got all your boys to jump out. And they know they ain't right because they covering up their heads and their faces. Y'all done scarred this woman up for life. What, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take one hell of a person, and for her to, one, to get delivered, but one hell of a man to step up and be willing to deal with all that. You know, I don't want to say like all that, but be willing to deal with that, the hurt that go with, like you just said before, the hurt that come with being molested and doing stuff like that. She was like the neighborhood train. And I would have never thought it if you seen her. If you saw her, you would have never thought it. You'd never, you know, you're like, oh man, she's a sweet little girl. And I'm like, man, y'all boys, you know, like y'all all did that. And y'all think it's funny? Y'all think it's y'all all jumping off on the same girl. Y'all think it's funny. Now this woman got to go through this with her whole life, thinking that this the way that she got to be. And to me, it's like ridiculous. So, I mean, I'm going to let y'all talk about it because I don't want to over talk this one. But this is just in regards, you know, we titled it, Who Can You Run To? Rape and molestation within the family. Who can you run to when everybody that you could run to is your enemy?
The first thing I want to say is most girls who have dealt with any type of rape or molestation, it was inside the family. If you look at those percentages from somewhere, it's very rare to get raped outside, you know, by a random person. Most likely that won't happen. You're most likely to be touched by somebody in your immediate family, you know, than anyone else. Mm-hmm. And I've had conversations with a number of women where I ask, especially, you know, not to be disrespectful, but, you know, these freaks, you know, that want to do everything. They're not just like that because they're like that. They're like that because they got touched from an early age. And that's too much for the brain to handle. You're not supposed to be dealing with that at that point. So now you got this hypersexuality that's been growing since you were 8, 9, 10. And I don't know, man. The conversation always kind of get me going because it's tough. It's like,
yeah,
it really just makes me want to be there for my daughter even more. Like, just, I don't know. I just want to instill that confidence in her so tough to, you know, first of all, say something to me and just not to be used like by anybody. I don't know. But I think that's another thing that comes into it. 70-something% in the Black community are growing up without fathers. That's gonna be, I mean, that leaves total room for perpetration and all kinds of things to happen. So for those dads that are there, man, you got to be sharp. You got to be
Absolutely, man. Because it's getting, like you said, it's younger and younger. That's what gets you. You know, when you start to see it, like you said, when you talk to these women, like it happened. And then messed up part is that sometimes, well, I'm gonna go there, you know, this gonna step on some toes, and it is what it is, because I feel like these one of these topics that need to be out there, because there's so many times where people say, what goes on this house stays in this house. And no, I'm not for that when it comes to something that nature. I mean, you got people that know they done been molested, and the family like, no, don't tell nobody. We don't want to get cousin blah blah or uncle blah blah and all this in trouble. So now you done walked around on eggshells around a sex predator in your own home. You got to be a certain way inside your own home, and you're afraid of the monster inside your own home. Ain't even out here. So now you think anywhere you could get it, it's so crazy. Like you said, mostly people say the freaks, but it is a lot highly sexual. You be like, man, she is hot, man. She is down for whatever. And some of them, it ain't like like that, like you said. But when I see it, like you said, it just breaks your heart, because I got this little girl, and I swear I would go. I'd be breaking necks, and it'd be crazy, man. I would just, man, my prayer would be like, God, I'm going to hell because I'm about to go through a whole bunch of niggas right now because of my daughter. Like going through, I'm like, you might as well just give me a first class ticket and make sure I got the penthouse in that bad boy in hell, because I'm about to send a couple of motherfuckers with me if I found out somebody was doing that to my daughter. It's ridiculous. That's the most worst fear. Boy or girl, because now you're starting to hear how many boys got molested when they were young. And of course, guys ain't saying nothing about it because they 10 times more embarrassed. Now they like, oh my God, I got raped by a man. I'm on, like, man, no. This just dies. This dies right now. It dies with me. So I know, Jared, it's like a real sensitive talk because everybody got daughters and everything of that nature. But what's your input on that, man?
Well, I'm even go to the other side of that, like the culture. Like it's because I personally know a family that's dealt with that. It started off with stepdaddy, and they never said nothing about it. Multiple family members, but then it went down to the son that ended up touching the niece. So it trickles. It's a trickle down effect. Like if people know what's going on, even though he a grown man and I don't condone it, but that's the action he's seeing. He feel like it's okay and it's acceptable because that's what he known all his life.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on that same tip you are. Like, God forgive me, because you touch my daughter, I'm killing you. You touch my niece, I'm killing you. It ain't no coming back from that. But it's a tough
crazy,
subject,
man. It's so tough because I don't know not one person who doesn't know someone who has not had that happen to them. And the sad case about it is, in more than one case than another, we know several people, because I know several people. I've seen, I had opportunity to go one time with a friend of mine to see the individual that molested her, and she confronted him. And I've been in some weird situations, but that's ranked right there at the top of some of the most uncomfortable situations I was in, because the look on his face is he looking at everybody else. But then the thing that got me the most, and I had to kind of recondition my mind to it because I was getting upset, is that other people in the family knew it and didn't step up to say nothing. And I'm like, man, this girl was going through that and none of y'all stepped up to say anything. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even imagine, much less like, man, like that girl going through that. And I seen it. And let's be honest. Okay. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not giving no condone to this. I've seen families where every single woman in that family is beautiful. To anybody that would see, if we were all here today, none of us could argue and say that those women were not beautiful. Not every single one to come out like they all coming out beautiful. And I've seen the way that they own cousins that are males. Some of they dyke cousins then looked at them, and I've seen the way that they done, and I'm like, man, something going on, because every time this person come around, you can even tell sometimes it's a whole different atmosphere. They don't want to be there. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. That's why I was so dead set on every time my ex-wife, if you dating anybody or Rihanna's going to be around anyone, I need to meet him. It ain't got nothing to do with who you. It's got something me knowing who this guy is. I want to do the background checks. I want to know what this guy is known for. I want to know everything, because with the day that my daughter comes back home and she says she feels uncomfortable, she starts acting different, she starts acting shy, more reclusive, I don't know where it's starting from. Even if it ain't him, I want to know who he is. I want to know where like, did you do your research on him like that? You know, because sometimes you do that. Some women will get mad. Oh, I ain't trying to be all in my business. Like, you ignorant motherfucker. You should want to be in your business like that. You should want to know that the person who around, what, you know, is they molesters? Do they, you know, they have bad tempers? Are they murderers? Are they, you know what I'm saying? Do they screw dead people? You should want to know these type of things. You should ask these type of questions instead of just wanting to hear the same old lines that you say all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, all they want to do is hear the same damn line that you hear every day. Guys say all the time, "Oh, you beautiful." Beautiful get used so damn much now. I don't even know what the fuck beautiful is anymore. Motherfuckers just say beautiful all the time. "Oh, you beautiful. Look at you, queen." I shut the fuck up. Some of these bitches are jesters. They ain't fucking queens. And every one of them ain't beautiful. Some of them are fucking evil. They poisonous and everything else. So stop saying that all the time. And now, because you trying to just say anything that you want to say to entice them, you know, you ain't doing no double checks. You should do, and even men, I would tell men, do double checks on the people that you bring, you know, around your kids. First of all, if y'all not in no deep committed relationship, y'all ain't been together for a long time and y'all ain't trying to go forth, they don't need to meet your kids. Quite frankly, you don't need to meet my kid. I don't even know what I'm doing with you. Right now, I'm just banging you from the back. I don't know if I want to stay with you for a long time. Right now, we just having fun. That's all you need to see is the headboard. But
real quick, can I interject on that, Randy?
No, you got my wife over here cracking up.
Randy, man, you was talking about doing background checks and stuff. And again, I said it on the show. I had somebody that I was dating previously. They were driving, got pulled over, and the cop was like, "You got a warrant for your arrest for embezzlement." I'm like, "Ooh, man." I'm looking. I'm like, "Yo, huh? You ain't never said nothing about this all this time we was talking." You know what I'm saying? And that, again, that was a woman. Guys be into a lot more stuff. If you don't do a little check, you don't know what you'll find. So I think that's something, personally, I've never done a background check on somebody I'm dating. I think that's important. It's important.
Yeah, I definitely do the at least the criminal check. I do the criminal check. Let me see if you come up in this bad boy. Oh God. Because it's like you said, bro, you just never know. You never know. First of all, crazy don't have a look. You know, and that's a real statement when it comes, especially when it comes to women. I see a lot of guys that look crazy, but women, it's the most you don't know. And like I said, in this day and age, I don't understand why anybody would want to leave their kids with just anybody. And like you said, it's a lot of hurt people out here. You got a lot of promiscuous people that have been victims of rape, molestation, and that's their way of dealing with it and coping with it. And like I said, I know, like you said, you got a lot, some girls, and I know some girls. I know Jay knows some people that have been directly affected by it. Sometimes you be like, wow, I don't know what, like, man, it's just crazy. You ain't got the words because you like, man, like, for that to happen to you. And then, when you see some of the people it happened to, I've seen them, and it's like Jay said, it's like a family, it's like a passed down culture in some families. Like, man, yeah, he do this, yeah, he did this. Oh man, like, what the, like, y'all should be in jail right now, man. But I mean, to each his own. And I mean, shout out to, like, I want to say to, like, everybody out there, man, if you got anything going on like that, everything don't need to stay in the house. That's a false statement. You need to tell somebody about that. Tell somebody about it. Don't feel it. That's crazy.
We got another star guest right now.
Oh, Rita, you got to talk to Jared because that baby white.
I already checked the ears. I already checked the ears.
You already know that? I know that's hey, Jordan, when I first had my baby, the first thing when it came out and I put in the thing, my Uncle Tom was in there and he gonna say, Randy, look at that baby. I look at the baby, I look at him like, this baby is white.
Man.
And it's all good, man. But I mean, shoot, man, that's really about it that we got for tonight, man. Standing underneath the topic and everything. Jay, I appreciate you coming on this bad boy, man. Spend a little time with us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, of course, man. Grateful for you, man. Anytime that you can come out on the show and can't wait till we get all the hosts back on this bad boy again. But we take it as we take it. Next week, just in case a lot of people didn't know, next week we are doing another episode. We will be doing it every Wednesday now, everyone. Every Wednesday, so not every other Wednesday. And that's just been by popular demand. We were doing every Wednesday, 7:30, for everybody just to know. It's possible that we have pop-up shows during the week. That can happen, but definitely every Wednesday we have back at our regular time, 7:30. But now it's every Wednesday for y'all. Jordan, I don't know if you want to say anything before we go ahead and disconnect with everybody for the night, man.
Again, man, appreciate everybody that watches, that comments every time. Coronavirus done killed it because we was moving smooth. I can't wait. I just can't wait to get back in person with y'all, man, for real, because we got a certain energy that we all rub off when we in person, and I just can't wait to get back to that. But again, I just love that you have been sticking with, through the live stream. So we appreciate y'all. Keep it going. Keep commenting. Keep pushing that out there for us. So thank you.
Hey Jay, I don't know if you want to say nothing. I think you let your daughter talk. We could put my goddaughter on the camera. Let her say anything. She got something to say. This her first video cast, y'all. Her first video cast. It happened to be on her goddaddy show. Ain't that that's so amazing. Rita!
You see how she looking at him? She looked like that because he got that damn Eagles keychain on. She like, what the hell on your neck?
Yeah, I blame her. He is in for so much payback. He don't know how much payback he in for now. She about to have so much Brady, Pacey, Tampa Bay. I'm like, here you go. Here's your real one. Hey, it's gonna get so bad that she gonna have a jersey and she gonna pick the Brady jersey. He gonna be like, no. I was like, that's it, baby. But shoot, man, for everybody else, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We'll catch y'all next Wednesday. And for until then, everybody, y'all stay safe, stay alert, stay awake, and God bless.